Hi, welcome. In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to create an academic report card. You can either navigate through to the All Modules page and click on Academic Report. I quite like using the top search bar because it lets you find any module on the system. Once you arrive on the Academic Reports page, you've got 5 different templates to choose from. Today I'm going to be focusing on the custom reports. This is more flexible and lets you create your own sections and fields for your own school's kind of style of report card that you want to build. So click on the Generate Reports button on the right hand side. Once you're done, it's going to look pretty much like this. This is just a template preview. You can actually scroll to any child in your school and it just pulls up a preview of how that reports card is going to look. So all that's said and done, let's go and start our own one. So we're going to click on the blue New Template button. You'll set up a template once and then you can reuse that template term by term or year by year depending on your preference. So I'm going to call this template 2 grade 1. Description, I'm going to leave it blank for now. Now under report layout, very importantly, click the little button over here and that's going to open up this section. Now you've got header styles. This is very important. You can either choose a simple header, which would be an A4 page with a very small school logo and profile photo of the child at the very top, or you can choose a cover page. If you choose cover page, then don't forget to click on this little tick box here, and that's going to let you choose from 4 cover pages. So the cover page will be a dedicated full A4 page specifically for the school's logo, address, child's profile photo, and what have you. So we've got the classic centered, we've got the creative branded, the formal premium, and the premium portrait. This is my preferred choice for today. The recommended one is the premium portrait. So I'm going to leave that ticked. I'm going to go back to the default report title. So the template title is what you see. Only you as the administrator will see that. The default report title is what the parents are going to see. So you can make that whatever you want it to be. The school's logo, if you untick that, it's going to hide the logo on the report cover. If you untick school name, it'll hide the school's name on the report cover. Your school's address will be hidden in the footer of the cover page. So for this exercise, I'm going to leave all of those ticked. I'm going to scroll down. I do want the student's profile photo to appear. I do want the school's name to appear, reporting period. Yeah, I'm going to leave date of birth out. I'm going to tick the age. I'm going to leave the height off. The school's closing date. The school will be closing for holidays on the 23rd of June, and it's going to reopen on the 2nd of July. So that's all done. So that's the cover page sorted once, and then you don't have to do it again. Now under blocks, this is where it gets very clever. You can, okay, so the first one on the list is child info. I would suggest leaving this blank. I wouldn't tick this box because you've already got it all on the cover page. So let's just delete that one, add block again. Now I'm going to show you the learning progress snapshot. So if you've been using the record keeping module, which is, so this is putting through from your learning progress, you can change this text if you want. But on the left-hand side here, you've got learning progress. I'll show you how that works just now. It's basically your record keeping. So if you've been keeping up to date with the record keeping throughout the term, I would suggest just using the learning progress module. And I want to start this on a new page. I don't want it to interfere with my cover page. I'm going to click on Save Template. Template's been saved. Okay, let's just quickly look what that looks like. Let's click on Preview. Let's choose a child who actually has a profile photo. So that's going to pull through the learning progress module. So let's go back to that. Let's click on Save. Okay, click on Custom Reports. Now we're going to generate that. So let's click on, let's actually click Create on Report. Now we're going to choose that same child that we just had. If I can find them, there we go. And then we're going to I'm happy with the report title. You can customize it again, change if you want. I'm going to leave it for this period. The period start and end date. Now, this is important. This is where what time frame do you want to pull the records through from? I want to pull it through right from the beginning of the year, right up to today. I don't want to show the child's height and weight, so I'm going to leave that off. Okay. Now this is important. You've got your learning progress module. We've linked it on the template, but now let's click on refresh. So whenever you click the refresh button, it's going to pull it through as of today. So if you're happy with it and you want to send the report cards out next week, you can click refresh then, and it'll update the learning progress. It'll pull through everything for you up until that point. Attendance, the same thing. Click on calculate. You can do this anytime to get a snapshot of how they are as of that specific day. Now I want to add my staff signatures, so I'm going to scroll down to the teacher who teaches the class. That's Greg. I'm going to click on the little plus sign there. So there's Greg added. And I also want to include the headmaster, so I'm going to click on Sean. Now we click save. And now you can see the benefit of all your hard work. You can just click on the preview button over here, and there is the report card that's pulled through from your learning progress module. Now you might want to click the back button and click submit for review. Okay, that's been submitted for review. And now I can click on finalize, and that's going to send a push notification through to the parent's phone. Sorry, at this point in time, now you're going to click the share with parents button, and now it's sending a push notification through to the parent's phone, and they've now received that via email and push notification. So that's very simple and very easy to do. If you wanted to take it a step further and you want to go and create a different style of report card, you can do that very easily. Let's click on create from template again. I'm going to click on a new template. Let's just call this term 2 to be a little bit different. I'm going to be very quick now, as we've been through all this before. I'm going to click on cover page, create a cover page. I'm going to choose the same template. I want to show the child's age, school and closing dates. Okay, now let's add a new block. Let's not pull through the record keeper. You might want to add your own. Let's build a rating scale legend first of all. So you might want to have A as exceeds expectations. I'm going to start mine with SE. That's the way I do it in my school. So we're going to call this substantial effort. On another row, I'm going to call this adequate effort. And let's do one more, inconsistent effort. All right. And I want to start this on a new page. I don't want it to interfere with my cover page. Let's click on that and click on Save Template. Okay, so we've got our rating scale set up. Now let's click on Add Block. Whoops, we click on Add Block and click on Custom Table. So now this is where it gets to the point that you can start creating your own subjects and area of skills. So I'm going to call my table title, I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call this English Home Language. The area was skill. This is where you could give it a skill type. You could call it grammar. You might want to show a comment underneath that, and then you might want to actually allow for a teacher to write a comment on that skill. And let's start that on a new page. In fact, I'm not going to start a business. This is such a small area, I'm going to keep it on the same page. And then you could add a rating code. And click on Save Template. So if I go through to let's just save that. Okay, and then go back to custom reports. Now there's term 2 grade 2. Let's click on create report. We're going to choose Simba again. And we're going to choose the period. This is not that important now because you're not really pulling through anything from a certain period of time like the learning progress module does. But I just wanted to show you what this will achieve for us. So there is English home language, areas skill grammar. Now you can write a comment there if you want. You can choose these are your key performance indicators, so substantial effort for that child. I might want to use AI to draft that comment. So that's been written by AI. You can edit this if you want. So you could take anything out and edit it. And then you can pull through your attendance records. And then you can add your school staff signatures. And then you're going to click on Save Draft. So I just added one very simple block there, but you could add obviously your report card would have probably, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 different blocks in terms of your area of skill. And now we're going to click on Preview. So there's your rating scale, and then English home language, grammar. Yeah, so let's just go back. I think it didn't actually, I need to save the substantial effort. Let's click on Draft with AI. And then click Save. And now when we go back and preview, it's going to pull through. Okay, so there's the comment we created, attendance, and the signatures. Perfect. So you'll see now how easy it is to create report cards using the custom method. I will make another video shortly on the academic report cards, on how to create a report from the mark book, from the milestones, the progress reports, and upload PDF reports.